Okay, back. So I just stopped the recording of the other video without paying much attention. Oopsie, it was not a programmed mistake. So what was I saying? I said that I'm back. Um, I said that this computer that I'm using right now is my computer because I use it. Because my computer otherwise is one of Apple and it doesn't work because they blocked it. And yeah, they just blocked it. They don't want me to use it. So while they've been taking so much from my experience to shape their product and tablets and shit, I've seen that in MediaMarkt. So they basically made it for me. Their product, the apps and like the presentation things and shit like that. And then they don't want me to access one of the computer that the brand produced as if it was still their property. You know what I mean? You buy something from them and then they still consider that this is their property and not yours. And by the way, a Macintosh is also a last name. Mac was like, it's like fun, it's like de, it's like from somewhere. And a Mac is as well like a someone like for prostitution. So I guess that some Macs were really into prostitutions, had like sex trafficking, huge sex trafficking things, or a network, or were into known for that. So I guess this is why we said that in general that if someone has a Mac, it's they're a prostitute, and then like they have a Mac. Do you have a MacBook? A Mac on your Mac? This is a bit like devious, right? It's like you're on a beach. You're the beach of Apple, and the logo, which is an apple that is bitten, like the scene of Adam and Eve, of Eve. So yeah, I'm using this computer right now, the computer of my stepfather, one of the computers of my stepfather. He has four or something. It's like, hold on. I'm gonna buy too many computers. I do not really know what I'm doing. I buy a lot of computers while I don't have any money. Oh la la. While I am always taking care of how much I spend, while I really know how much I spend all the time. But I would need to buy too many computers. Oh la la. You know what I mean? So, and too many phones, all of a sudden, what's happening? So yeah. What we are about to see now is the part 3. I've been doing like an introduction of what's next in the article about psychopathy and ASPD, about criminology, about serial killers. In the last video, that cut when I had no more space with the tablet. That is also from him. I guess from mom. I don't know. You can see. Can you see? Oh yeah, you can see now. Oh, what the fuck? Now the contrast changed. Okay. So you see that I have been writing my destination, the destination that I followed 3 by 3. And so here you have Berlin, and here you have Berlin. And so then per symmetry, I guess that because there is Paris here, then Paris is supposed to come here, while there is Caen. So perhaps I'm going to go to Paris next instead of going to New York, because I don't have any passport yet. So, and it seems like I'm not going about some secret shit to get extra fake identities and $100,000 in cash, going in a submarine. To the US, which could be possible. It doesn't look like possible, but it's possible after all. It's like there are many planes, out there, while there aren't supposed to be planes. The entire world knows about me while I have no stats showing up for it. So a submarine, why not, huh? That'd be something. I've never been in a submarine. I don't need to take a plane. And if I take a plane, perhaps it's going to be a privatized plane, public plane, It's surely what's going to be happening, because I am a VIP plus. They made it that way. So then even perhaps I'm not going to need any passport, It's like, it looks like I have to go through hoops to make my identity card again and so on, but perhaps I won't need to wait that long. Perhaps it's already made. It's just plastic. Like, it's like they can just take my face from a picture and be like tack 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 and do all the shit, They don't need me to pass through the real administrative process. It's like the document right now is already ready. Basically, it's like they can print it as me being from England, being from Ireland, being a US citizen, being a Afghanistan citizen, a Spanish citizen, French citizen. It's like, it doesn't matter. It's just, it's like, I'm from the intelligence world. It doesn't matter with my caliber. It's like, what the fuck? I am a leader of operation, It's, I am put at the head of a non-existing agency. It's like, okay, so I don't know. It's like nobody knows about it, but everybody knows about it through me, apparently. So even the Illuminati, people know more about them. But they are the most secretive, normally. The GIA, nobody knows anything. It doesn't exist, but it exists. So, and this is why I'm not paid. This is why I didn't receive any salary yet. Because it doesn't exist. But it still exists. Okay. And just a remark. I'm saying bullshit. I'm just an underpaid CIA officer. A failed CIA officer. I didn't even pass the recruitment because I didn't get any through any test. So, you know, I didn't even go. I've not even gone to the US. Why would I be from CIA or MI6? Okay, so I was talking about the computer. And now there is, I don't know if you hear it, but there was my stepfather being like talking about the computer, like making like a scene with like some, I don't know, some comments about just complaining because you have to complain, and actually you don't have to complain. You don't have to complain. But it's just that what I'm saying is dangerous for them. So whatever. So the 3.A, we're gonna see the part three, the entire part three, hopefully. So typologies and behavioral signatures, classifying offenders, the offenders. There is this. I think we're gonna go through the entire thing pretty quick. I started to read about the FBI's organized, disorganized dichotomy. I am also FBI, by the way. I have been put on their payroll. I still didn't receive the money yet. This is all. I am an informant, an international informant for all the agencies worldwide. So I am on the payroll of all the agencies, basically. This is what's happening. But because of the agencies being as well normally tools to support the serial killings and the profiling of the victims and so on worldwide for all the serial killers belonging to the Illuminati, it's been a bit of a fight, of an internal fight, because some serial killers are as well on the payroll of the FBI, for instance, or the CIA, or any other secret agencies. So this is why you have like a bit of a motion where it's been complicated a bit. Up. So I'm gonna try to focus, because every time they are fighting downstairs, I don't really like it, or they trigger me now in some like. It was playing not so long ago, so it means that they should stop that shit, because planes means aliens. Warning that they should not be happening, because if they have difficulties to assimilate the authority of a human, perhaps aliens, they're like, ooh. You know, I trust that it's going for, they are pushing hardcore right now. I trust that. So in the 1980s, the FBI's Behavioral Science Unit developed a foundational classification system for serial killers based on crime scene analysis, the organized disorganized dichotomy. The model operates on the principle that an offender's personality and lifestyle are reflected in the way they commit crimes. It's like in cybersecurity. In cybersecurity, when you hack, you are giving out evidence of your way of operating and so on. And by such, you can a level of assessment of your skills can be made, and so it's possible to profile you based on this assessment. Here is the same, like we can anticipate your lifestyle and so on, your type of knowledge, etc., etc. Um, so then here it's kind of the same. It's like based on the crime scene, you can anticipate uh, what the type of person that he can be. Like it's like all those crime scene TV shows. It's like when they profile based on the how the what the type of the victim, how the victim was killed, and so on. Like the investigation, the detectives coming on the crime scenes. This is exactly the same type of work that's going on. So the organized killer. This offender demonstrates. Oh, sorry. This offender demonstrates logic, planning, and control. The crime is premeditated and like meditated, meditated, premeditated. So you think about it calmly to get inspiration, to really know how you should move, etc. Like as if you were a military target. You know, it's like they've been studying like tactical combat things, and they know which type of weapon to use for which type of people, um, for which type of environment, for they know about, like, if you're a sniper, they know about the wind, they know when you're gonna come from one point to another, they know like everything about your ins and out, they study you so that they would be able to anticipate when to target you. This is exactly the same here, but instead of being military, they are just killers. So, and the crime is premeditated, and the offender often brings a weapon to the scene and remove it afterwards. So they bring their weapon that they take back with them. Victims are typically strangers targeted for a specific reason, and the offender will attempt to control them, often through verbal comments. Okay, interesting. So they want to have influence verbally, so without having any way of coercing them physically. So they want to prove some type of mental superiority, communicational superiority, or to prove that they don't need to go physically. Perhaps, I don't know, like the verbal and mental somehow is superior here, described as being superior here than the physical, you know? So then, like, the crime scene itself is left with minimal evidence, and the body is often hidden or transported from the murder site. So yeah, you see that they don't want to be tracked. Basically, this is why they're organized, so that they cannot be traced, so that they would not be traced. In their non-criminal life, the organized offender is socially competent, maintains employment, lives with a partner, and follows their crimes in the media. Interesting. Follows their crimes in the media. Okay. Yeah, because often, like, there is this thing, like the saying that a criminal comes back to the crime scene. So if they displace the body, then it means that they can still come back to the crime scene without, if the body is found, for instance, and because there is minimum evidence, then they won't be traced that easily. So it gives them a bit of room to breathe somehow, like lessen the stress, and be sure that they can target other people, for instance. um then they can follow their if they follow their crimes in the media, it means that they somehow likes the reward and the attention. It's like they like to see the object of their work being recognized. So the organized killer would be more classified, therefore, in some type of people um, wanted seeking recognition for their mental abilities, for instance, for their craft. And so, yeah, if they can, so yes, therefore, it looks like that could be someone socially competent. Therefore, like they can interact with someone properly, they can maintain employment if they are organized, and a partner brings you stability, and the need as well to be organized because of the partner in the first place. If they are not organized with the partner, if they're not organized while they have a partner, then it's more difficult to commit the crime as well, unless the partner is as well a criminal themselves. And this is when here I'm like, I bring nuances, because it's like it looks like the FBI and the CIA and the police and so on are made to absolutely track every single serial killer, like every single killer, while it's not the case at all. It's like at the San Juan, I'm sure they knew who killed the person exactly. I'm sure that they know they have a list, that we have a list of all the serial killers of the world. We know exactly who they are, what they do, how they operate. Yeah, of course, we know all of them. We know all of them, what they do, how they operate, where they did the crimes, etc. We know absolutely everything, because we are in charge as well of giving them their supply. Then perhaps if a commoner is becoming a serial killer, then perhaps this is where it's like, you don't do that. You don't do that. You're not Illuminati. Perhaps this is the thing. Perhaps those serial killers and criminals are the one that are most that are put to jail and so on, serving at the front, to cover up for the real criminals. But then I have seen that the one profiled, the serial killers, they have Illuminati names, for some of them at least. So I guess that they might have been in trouble with some others, some other Illuminati, to end up in jail. Because if you're a serial killer, then while there are so many Illuminati serial killer, then there is no problem. But if you start killing other Illuminatis, then it's like it's a bit of a power thing. It's like, oh, you don't touch my bloodline. You're not even like going about sacrifices and so on that one. You're wasting, diluting my power there. Out. That could be. So yeah, the organized killer. I'm thinking Baptiste. Like basically, he's an organized killer. Like this Destiny Swap thing. The gift, the track on my from him on my USB stick, the um him being at the origin of the 40 months of torture and so on, like that's organized serial killing. And apparently he's gone as well to some blood rituals. Killing humans, not only animals. So anyway, I make it look like there is only one type of sin, the one of killing, but it's not the only one. Some people I suspect aren't killing at all and are still in the order. It's just that the killing might be placing you with more ease at the top. You know, it's easier to push someone to get what you want than to rise up within one company and exert of your influence to get what you want. Disorganized killer. This offender acts impulsively and chaotically. The crime is spontaneous, with the weapon often being one opportunity left at the scene. What? The offender acts impulsively and chaotically. The crime is spontaneous, with the weapon often being one of opportunity left at the scene. Yeah, that makes sense. It's like, it's like, oh shit, no, and like the weapon like and running away. The victim may be known to the offender, and the crime scene is sloppy with evidence like fingerprints, blood, and semen, often present. Semen. So they say that it's basically most of the time sex related. Interesting. The violence is sudden and extreme, and the body is typically left in view at the scene of the murder. The disorganized offender is socially inadequate, has poor work history, and often lives alone near the crime scene and is sexually incompetent. I don't know what that means. Sexually incompetent. What? Is it that they are paying for a prostitute, for instance? So not being able to get what they want sexually with a regular partner, and it turns to shit, like they are triggered, and they end up killing the prostitute, for instance, and leaving evidence and so on. It sounds like this, right? But it's super specific. It's like it's really super specific. Disorganized killer. What the fuck? A mixed killer category was later introduced to account for offenders who exhibit traits of both typologies. This can occur when a typically organized killer is forced to improvise due to unexpected circumstances during the crime, or when more than one offender is involved. Interesting. So the organized killer would be more of a psychopath, while the disorganized killer would be more of a antisocial personality disorder, sociopath. This is basically what I can see, because like the impulsivity with the disorganized, it's much more like sociopathic, and then you would be caught with more ease because you're more impulsive and like careless, reckless. Um, while the psychopath is like this does this and means this, and it's gonna give this, and so like it's much more calculated, it's much more like consequence oriented somehow, which is a bit astonishing to say like this, because like if you are more consequences oriented, then why would you still target me right now, for instance? you know what's up. So it just, you're not that consequence oriented, or you're becoming disorganized then because of unexpected circumstances. Oh yeah, the change of plans that is throwing off absolutely everyone. This is it. Okay. Motivational models, the Holmes and the Berger typology. While the FBI model classifies offenders based on crime scene behavior, the typology developed by Holmes and Berger in 1988 categorizes them based on their primary psychological motivation. This model identifies four main types. So we have seen those four main types in the first video. So we go back to it because it's in the interactive reports. So visionary. This killer is compelled to murder by delusions or hallucinations, often believing they are acting on others from God or another entity, so the force. They are typically psychotic or schizophrenic and are considered legally insane. Their crimes are often disorganized due to their break from reality. That I don't know, but I'd say that a psychopath could enter that category as well. This killer is compelled to murder by delusions or hallucinations. Delusions. The gods. It's like, and they all experience apparently MPD, which is multiple personality disorder. So they are fragmented in their identity, in their sense of identity. And so this is why they go as well. Like there is a part of themselves which is a this is not schizophrenia, by the way, to have multiple personality. Schizophrenia is linked to hallucinations. If you have hallucinations, you are more likely to be on the schizophrenic spectrum. But like schizophrenia, it's a made up disease. It's like so many people have been framed as being has being schizophrenic, having hallucinations and so on, while they were just saying the truth, just to put them on med and to fuck them up, So to discard them, it's like you're just paranoid, you are a megalomaniac. Um, you think everyone is after you. Well, it's not the case. It's hallucinations. It's a made up construct in your mind. Um, Nobody wants you dead. What are you saying this? Like this type of things. You didn't see the Antichrist. It's not true. It's just hallucinations. You just made it up with your brain. Um, you know, schizophrenia, hallucinations, right? Like being framed as a schizophrenic in yeah, schizophrenic individual in Berlin, it prepared me as well to see the way they operate with some people. It's possible to fabricate it as well with people from the intelligence world in the surrounding, and with the harp technology as well. Both, it's possible to do this with both, and as well with the current technology that is used right now, it's as well possible to have an internal to receive some messages from other people. I don't know if telepathy apparently is possible, and I know as well that the um, technology enables as well to transmit some thoughts from one person to another, like the voice, hearing the voice of another person within yourself. Because conscious tech as well, it's with conscious tech, I assume as well that it's possible to control the body of somebody else with your own consciousness from a distance. So from there on, it's as well possible to hear them through you and to feel them through you. I have been feeling some other people through myself, which is not the best feeling ever. This is not the feeling that I recommend at all. And I as well know that there is a part of the brain that can be triggered, which is linked to feeling of depersonalization. So depersonalization, not feeling like what you are doing is coming from you. And I know that this as well, it's possible to do it, to provoke it, to trigger it. So there are several things that are possible to do. Why am I doing this? What am I saying this? Yeah, it's schizophrenia. Because I have been framed as a schizophrenic people and I person, and just because I was just stating the truth. It was like really that people were hearing my thoughts, like I just got this to know. I just knew, and I was in the Truman Show for 2 weeks, and it was like really some people like talking in the from far away. It was not hallucinations. But this was part of the plan because I got scared. When I was younger, I was in party. I was reading about the wrong effect that can have weed on you, and provoking schizophrenia was one of them. And I got scared about that, and so then it was a signal for other people to take upon that. So like, oh, scared here, cue to follow, and so they followed the cue, and so this is how I experienced this type of harassment that can be organized with the intelligence world and the tech, and it opened just the scope of analysis, because lots of people have been of knowledge, because lots of people have been through this, and so I guess that this information was useful for me to have. Um, Now I'm triggered into feeling tired with my eyes. So yeah, anyway, so I read about schizophrenia, and they basically the science says it's a mysterious disease. We don't know what's happening. And neurologically, they say that this is due to the pruning of synapses that is going way faster than the one of a regular person, while the autistic brain would be one that keeps all the neuronal connection way longer than anybody else, than a regular person. And then there is something about the third eye, around the third eye, like the substantia nigra, something like this. And it's a bit obscure what's said around here. It's like, oh, there is something perhaps there. Um, so then I was like, okay, I read that basically they don't know, but that they guess that perhaps this is because of this. So then I was like, okay, the neuroscience doesn't know. It's bullshit. This is bullshit. And so it's not even a disease, like it's just that I think that some people are put on some trials, like they are being experimented on. And so then their brain is being experimented on, and this is why they have hallucinations and shit, because we want to test some type of technology to provoke some type of visions with the brain and so on. So um I made this design. I was selling them on Etsy, but they blocked my account. Perhaps I should do some drop shipping again. I don't know if that worked. If that work, perhaps that time it would work. Let's see. Um, yeah, but the thing is that with drop shipping, it's a bit more messy to steal the earnings because it's between different companies, and there is more logistics that needs to happen to be able to steal the earnings. While if you sell some digital material, you just need to fake the number of the database and that's it. So perhaps I should try dropshipping again. I don't know. Let's see, because it takes a little time to set up every single time, and I'm supposed to already have enough income right now, thanks to YouTube only and the streaming. So yeah, schizophrenia made up. But I guess that still some people have accesses to perhaps other realms, and that they are tagged as schizophrenic. Well, it's not the case. They just want to limit their abilities. So mission oriented model. So they either do this because of a skill in series, because they have a vision. So for God, for Satan, blah, because they heard voices. Then the mission oriented. This offender believes it is their duty to eliminate a specific group of people they deem undesirable, such as prostitutes, immigrants, or members of a particular race or religion. They are typically psychotic but see themselves as righteous crusaders. So it feels like it's a bit targeting me, this one. Like slightly being like, this could be, but no. So yeah, they have a mission like the Conquistador, for instance. The people going from for like evangelist people, for instance, which is satanic, going to convert the people. So they have to. A lot of them have to die, and the rest we enslave them and convert them, or convert them and convert them in the rudest way possible into our religion. Hedonistic. This is the largest category of serial killers. They murder for the sheer pleasure or and thrill of it. This type is further subdivided into killers who kill for sexual gratification, lust killers, and for the excitement of the act, thrill killers, or for the comfort and material gain, comfort killers. So this would be Betty's, the comfort killers, material gain, sexual gratification. I guess that this is why I have been targeted so much on my sexual activity as well, to reduce it to nothing as much as possible. Then it's also believed that the sexual energy is one of safety, that provides safety and abundance. So there is also stuff about that. For the excitement of the act, yeah, they just like to kill, just like to see you fade away, basically. To see you in pain, really in pain. So this is why then the torture. They like the thrill. This is why I have been so much into torture, because they like to see the pain. They like to see the pain, the reaction to the pain, and so they inflict the pain over and over and over and over. Like just the taste of sugar. Saying you love the taste of sugar, so you love the taste of sugar in beverages, you love the taste of sugar in cakes, you love the taste of sugar in many different types of variation in candies. You like just sugar, you like honey, you like, and so they just like to pain, and see different type of reaction to pain, or just a reaction to pain, because this is what they love, pain. So the thrill killer. And I guess I've got plenty of them as well. So power control. These offenders' primary motivation is not sexual, but the gratification derived from exercising absolute power, control, and dominance over their victims. The entire process, from stalking to capture and murder, is focused on subjugating the victim and reinforcing the killer's sense of omnipotence. These classification systems are not mutually exclusive. An offender's motivation, as described by the Holm and de Bergen model, often directly dictates the level of organization at the crime scene. A visionary killer driven by chaotic internal commands is psychologically ill-equipped for the planning and control characteristic of an organized crime. Conversely, a power control killer whose entire purpose is the meticulous enactment of a dominance fantasy requires high degree of organization to successfully execute their crimes and evade capture, thereby preserving the ability to kill again. And this is exactly what I was saying before. Mind control. Okay, so this was the point 1 and 2 of the part 3. I'm going to stop here and directly go for the 3 and 4.